Hey, how's it going? This is Josh from Books by Josh, and this is episode 50 of the Books by Josh audio immersion. This episode is titled Why? That's the short title, so let's dive in. The long title of this episode, which won't fit in iTunes or any of the podcasting platform, is Why do you put in so many hours into your craft? Why are you doing what you do? Why side hustle? Why hustle at all? Hence why I went with why. So let's get started. Your why, as I talk about on my blog all the time, is the reason that you do your craft, that you hustle, that you put in all this work. And the why is the reason you get out of bed. What do I mean? Well, if your reason for doing your side hustle is just to make money to buy a Supreme bag or pay for this new laptop, something like that, you're not going to be inclined to do it all the time. What do I mean? Well, you might be motivated at first, and you're putting the work for a week or two, and then you're like, man, this is tiring. Why should I work on my craft today? Why should I record the podcast, do a blog post, or work on my book when I could just go and binge Netflix? Adam Sandler just put out a new movie. Or, hey, my friends want to hang out. Let me go hang out with them and not work on my craft. Things of that nature. So, your why makes you want to get out of bed. E.T., Eric Thomas, he talks about that your why will get you up every morning and do it and make you want to work, which I've always believed, and I learned this in network marketing many years ago, that you have to have a why to you want to gain money. Money is nice, but money doesn't solve all problems. It helps, but it doesn't solve problems. And you've seen people like Robin Williams commit suicide because of that. So your reason for starting your business needs to be strong in order for you to succeed, because you're more than likely going to work harder. I say more than likely because, honestly, not everybody's going to work hard no matter how strong their why is, because that's just how we are as people. So you have to ask yourself a couple questions. What do you want? How do you want to get there? What are you willing to sacrifice? All these questions belong in your why. So my why, my content for my books especially, I want to give the reader joy to escape reality and just forget everything and just live in the fantasy book world until they finish the book. Why, you may ask? Because that's when I was a kid. Books got me through some hard times, and if I could help somebody the same way, I would love to, which is why I focus mainly on making books, because it's not always about the money. And not everybody gets that. People start businesses to make money, drop shipping, Amazon, fulfilled by Amazon, buying stuff from China to resell here. I've done all that in the past, and because the why wasn't strong enough, you just quit. Because it's not only about the money, it's about your why statement, what you want to get out of life. Sure, money, like I said, helps. You could buy all those fancy new products and everything, but you're going to hate yourself after, because you're moving away from your mission statement. If you look at the big companies in the world, they have something, all companies have it called mission statement, but the big companies, they have stuck true to their mission statement, and that has allowed them to expand. Look at Walmart, to bring low costs to the masses. And Sam Walton did that. He used to drive hundreds of miles just to save a couple dollars on pantyhoses to sell in his variety shop. And that's the mentality that allowed him to create Walmart into what it is today, even after he's gone. His why, his mission statement. So no matter if you're an individual or somebody who has a business with employees, your why/mission statement will determine if you're successful. And even Simon Sinek wrote a book, Start with Why. Because your why is essential in any business. If you don't know your why, your reason for doing it, your business doesn't exist, because You don't know why you're doing it. Why are you producing YouTube videos? Why Josh, with a cold right now, is actually talking in a podcast in a room that's about 100 degrees with no ventilation? Because this is how important the why is. If you want your goals to happen, you must know your why. And if your why is not strong enough, you won't get far. I said this many times in blog posts. If you want to lose weight to look good and fit in a bathing suit, you might do it, but it's less likely because your why is not strong. But if you take the same person trying to lose weight, they're trying to do it so that they can play with their kid and keep up with their kid as their kid grows up, they're more likely to follow through because their why is stronger. Zig Ziglar wrote in a book that he weighed 150 pounds, some crazy number. Doesn't sound too crazy. Hey, maybe he did weigh that, but he was 30 pounds over the weight he wrote down in the book. And he had a couple months to get down to that weight. If not, he would be a liar. And that pushed him to do it. And it was the persistence because of that why. He didn't want to look like a liar and mess up his credibility and maybe his whole career. And he just went through. Look at The Rock. The Rock basically was homeless as a kid. They got kicked out so many places. And he never wanted to live like that. And he worked his butt off. He got cut from the Dolphins, whatever team, he got kicked. And he didn't want to go back home as a failure. And he just worked his way, hustled. And here's what he is today. Peter Dinklage slept on friends' couches. But his why was strong enough, and look at Game of Thrones and everything. All these things because he was persistent, because his why was there. So the key takeaway for this episode is the why. Why are you doing what you do? Do me a favor, write it down. Look at it if you want. It's a technique I hear everybody talk about. I personally never did it because my why is embedded in my brain. But write it down. Put it on your mirror. Look at it every day. And when you look at it, you know why you're getting up. And by knowing why you're getting up every day and doing what you do, you're willing to put in the work and sit and do it. And that's it for this episode of the Books by Josh Audio Immersion. Hope you enjoyed it. This episode is truly powerful because it's our 50th episode. I want to go with why. So do me a favor, figure out your why and make it happen. Catch you guys in the next one. See ya.